guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about PCOS. So there's a few things I want to say about it, and just up front, I want to tell you I did not have PCOS personally. Like, I also didn't have endometriosis. I also didn't have many different unique fertility expressions, right? But I had no cycles. I had mystery infertility. I had what they called an issue with my pituitary gland. And why I want to tell you this is, you can see Dashy's little cars over there on the floor, is to remind you that it's okay to have things show up in whatever way they show up. It doesn't mean that you can't get where you want to go, okay? No particular fertility label or issue is actually harder or more difficult to work with than any other. And the reason I'm saying this is because PCOS is given this huge amount of attention for being like the number one reason for infertility in women. And it's like massively affecting people across the country and other countries as well, I am sure. But I want you to remember, when you start to learn about the body, when you start to learn about health, when you start to learn about food and its ability to create shifts and changes internally in your body, you can take power away from those labels. And we want to do that, right? It's really important that we don't own a label, that we don't own a diagnosis, that we don't stick with this identity that we have this big fertility problem, right? And we have to start to question these things that say we can't have what we want, right? We can't heal, we can't get better, we can't get rid of these symptoms, we can't get pregnant, we can't have a baby some way, somehow, right? Because that's not the truth of who you are, okay? So I have so many videos on these topics that sometimes I'm like, should I say this again? But I think I need to say it again, because lately in my world, I keep seeing women that are talking about PCOS and getting pregnant. And so I'm like, Jody, you just have to talk about this too. So here we go, okay? So PCOS, at the root of it all is Epstein-Barr, okay? So again, this is, thank the Lord, coming from medical medium information. And I want you to like take that in and just think about, what does it mean if PCOS is at the root cause a virus? I really like to relate Epstein-Barr particularly. There's over 60 varieties of Epstein-Barr, and I had one of them. I don't know which one, and it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter which one you have either. If you're watching this and you're dealing with PCOS, or you think you might have PCOS, and I have something else to mention with that too. But what's important to know is we have to remember, like, watch this video. I think it'll go up here. Watch this video on my channel if you want to review or know what is at the root of all of this stuff. And it's not just fertility, you guys. It's every disease, okay? So at the root of it, we have pathogens in the body that are not supposed to be proliferating, that are not supposed to be living in our bodies. They're making homes in our bodies, and we need them to get out. Our body doesn't want them there, right? They're inhibiting the natural flow of health. And that's when you start to experience symptoms, right? So the way that we eliminate them is to starve them and to cleanse them away. So there's so many different things that go into that, right? And that's what I do in my Baby Body Ready program, is get your body healthy, like so healthy, so strong, and get you so healthy and so strong, especially in your mindset that you know what you're doing and you understand what's going on. And there's no mystery anymore, and you're not afraid and you're not worried, but you're empowered to take the correct steps that are actually going to get you what you want, which is, first of all, your health, right? First of all, a strong sense of well-being and a knowing that your body works for you. Okay, and your body is working for you even now if you have a PCOS label. So I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but I think it's going to be how to get pregnant if you have PCOS. And the first message I have for you guys is this. If you want to get pregnant with PCOS, you can. Many women get pregnant with the label and diagnosis of PCOS. But why? Because they're told by the medical professionals that you can't heal this, or it's not even brought to the table, right? It's just, you have this is how we manage it, this is what we do, this is how we can help you get pregnant. And by all means, those are all positive things, right? We want to feel better, we want to be able to work with our body, work with our hormones, and anybody that's helping people to get pregnant, they're doing a good thing in the world, right? It's just, sometimes it makes it more difficult when it's a very invasive, or it's a difficult path, or it's a very expensive path, and ultimately it doesn't give you the true message, which is that you can just heal it. So my recommendation and my knowing is that if you have PCOS and you want to get pregnant, work on healing the PCOS. And then pregnancy will be so much easier. And I have a video on this, right? It's called how to get your body to shift to making pregnancy or fertility a priority, or something like that, right? I will link it for you guys. And you just have to remember that when you have a health condition within the body, that's not the way it's supposed to be, meaning that the body is always going to be efforting extra when you have that going on, because things don't happen just like in one day, right? So you don't just get PCOS from, I don't know, 1 week of life. It's building up, right? We always have a tipping point. We always have a tipping point of either tipped more towards the flow of health, everything's working well, I'm digesting, I'm absorbing, I'm cleansing, I have more than enough energy to inside the body to outwardly express health, or we're tipped towards the other direction, which is there's stagnant energy, there's things that are pulling the body's energy. You could have slow digestion, you could have overloaded liver, which literally that is the situation for fertility across the board that needs to be worked on in all these different ways that it shows up. And so when you get to the tipping point, just know, like, it's been a buildup, right? It's been a buildup, and it's not your genes. It's not. Genes are changed by environment, you guys. I'll make a different video on that. So you're not stuck with anything, okay? You're not stuck with a condition. You're not stuck with a label. You're not stuck with symptoms. I want you to hear me when I say this. If you have PCOS, let's heal the PCOS, okay? Let's help your body do what it's doing right now, but give it more energy so that it can go all the way, okay? Because imagine wanting to get pregnant and then wanting to get pregnant with a condition of PCOS, which expresses itself in these symptoms where you might have extra hair growth, or you have cysts, or you have irregular cycles, or maybe painful periods, or maybe you have just excessive numbers of eggs, you might have been told. Sometimes it's linked to weight issues, to obesity, and I didn't know this before, but I just learned that there are like three. They basically, if they're checking a woman to see if she has PCOS, that you have to have 2 out of 3 of these certain conditions, and one of them is irregular cycles, and the second one is the hair growth and which could be like your legs, or it could be like your face, that kind of thing. And I can't remember the third one. I'll drop it in the comment here. But when I was going through fertility treatments, I remember my acupuncturist like looking at my legs one day, and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she was like, well, do you have excessive dark hair growth? And I was like, no. And I know now why she was doing that. Obviously, she was in a different field than like a regular doctor, and that's fine. Like, everybody still knows PCOS is a thing that we need to work with in however we're going to work with it, right? To help you get pregnant and to be fertile. And I'm sure she was doing that because I had irregular cycles, or actually no cycles. And everyone was quite confused by me for quite a long time. So well, I was a mystery, but the mystery has been solved, right? So when you have PCOS, I want you guys to know, like, make this knowing just as normal as the message in the world that says, like, this is the number one cause of infertility. X number of women have this. You can't heal this. I'm not saying everyone is saying that, but it's certainly said. And just the premise that this is a thing you have, and so it's kind of just a problem that you have in the way of you having an easier time with fertility, and that you may make that mean that then you can't have what you want. But what I'm telling you here is that all disease states have their same root cause. It's an issue of a pathogen in the body. Fertility also is an issue with toxins and toxic load levels. And so with this particular expression of fertility issues, you have to remember, or you want to know, that the Epstein-Barr feeds on excess toxins in the body. So again, our priority when we want to go from fertility issues to fertile is cleansing. Okay, so we need to shift our food, we need to shift our lifestyle, we need to shift the way that we're understanding the intake that we have with the body, what's coming in here day after day, what has been in there, that's also part of it. And the work is, how do we get our body into a healthy elimination mode where it can catch up and it can go forward, so you not only maybe don't have symptoms, but you can feel completely differently in your body, right? You maybe have PCOS and you want to have a baby, you want to get pregnant, but I'm guessing you also want regular cycles, and you also want pain-free periods, and you also want to stop excessive hair growth, or you also want to lose weight if that's part of your condition. And you can. And my main message in doing these videos and in helping women in my Baby Body Ready program is to show you this other way. That is a message that, food is really powerful. It's literally medicine, and your body's working, and your body knows what to do. It needs support when this stuff comes up, and it needs your help. And this other way is so drastically different than my experience with fertility treatments that I cannot not talk about it, right? Because it's so much easier, and my body feels good doing it and felt good doing it, versus the opposite for me, right? And I love that, right? Because I don't believe that we need to suffer and struggle to have the desires of our heart. And there's totally a place for IVF, and there's totally a place for doctors and REs and acupuncture, and everybody has a place at the table, right? But I have to tell you guys about what I know. And what I know is that this is a fast path. This is a path of allowing health. And this is a path of you not only working on your fertility and becoming fertile, but you're going to be able to live your life in a body that is vibrant and working well, as it always was intended to. We have to remember that health is the way it's supposed to be. We're not supposed to be living with conditions. We're not supposed to be having irregular cycles. And You know, even if you're a woman who isn't trying to get pregnant, you're not supposed to have painful, cramping periods. You're not. Like, I don't even notice mine anymore. It's crazy good, you know? And so I just want you to know that this is also a path, and this is also an option. And it's very real, and it's very much available. So if you want support on creating the vibrant body where fertility is just a natural side effect of your health, and understanding yourself and understanding your body and understanding how you can now and for the rest of your life take care of this body that you have through food, then please check out my Baby Body Ready program. All the details are linked in the box below. And if you ever want to message me, just follow me over on Instagram at jody.bullock, and you can send me a DM, and I'm happy to chat with you. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you know somebody else that's going through fertility issues, please share this with them. Please send them to my channel. I want women to know that there are so many options, and that you have the right to feel good, and you have the right to heal, and your body is so capable. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.